Hi everyone, hope you're all doing really well. Here I am in my new SBD World's Strongest Man t-shirt. It's neon, which my wife approves of. I wanted to do my latest video about something that many of you, certainly a lot of you who have been around the lifting world for any amount of time will be very familiar with. And in my opinion, doesn't quite get the respect or the accolades that it deserves, and that is L-Glutamine as the amino acid and the benefits that can be derived from it. Some people swear by it, some people say it's useless, but I think that depends on what it is that you are hoping to get from it. And so I've got a lot of experience in the gym. I've been weightlifting since I was 16. I'm 50 now. I've competed at a reasonable level in strongman and powerlifting, and over the years it has been something that I've used consistently and with a lot of success. And so I think to a certain degree I can, from my point of view, set the record straight about L-Glutamine. Here's the truth. L-Glutamine isn't a magic pill. It's not even creatine. It isn't magically going to blow up your squat by 30 kilos. It isn't going to put 20 kilos on your bench press in a month. It isn't going to do any of those things. But that doesn't mean that glutamine is worthless. I've seen a lot of people online that like to post these studies that show the latest scientific evidence says that it doesn't build muscle and it doesn't build strength, and therefore it's not really worth your time having it in your supplement stack. However, I think we're kind of missing the point about what glutamine does do. Glutamine, if you know what you're doing and what it does and how to use it, really can be a game changer. It can be a game changer for your overall health. It can keep you in the gym longer, it can help you get stronger, and it can lengthen the amount of time that you can train for. You see, a lot of people miss this. Glutamine is amazing for your gut. That's right, it's absolutely amazing for your gut. If you could take a portion of muscle and chop it down into its constituent parts and look at it in a microscope, we all know that glutamine is the most abundant amino acid. If there was a priority order of amino acids in human muscle tissue, glutamine would be number one. But the biggest problem, we're told, is getting glutamine through our system to our muscles, because the gut is so greedy for glutamine. But the fact that it's the most abundant amino acid in our muscles means that it is getting there somehow, but our stomach and our gut and our entire intestinal area and digestive tract loves glutamine. In fact, the late Paul Borison suggested up to 30 grams a day just to keep your gut happy. As many of you will know, if you can keep your gut happy, you generally can be healthier, you can stay healthier for longer. Many of you will know that one of the most important aspects of what we do is keeping our digestive system healthy. The amount of weights that we lift is massively stressful, whether we're dieting to get on stage for a bodybuilding competition or we're trying to bulk up because we might have a powerlifting or a strongman competition. Digestive tract health is essential, and this is where glutamine shines. A healthy gut can help us avoid illness, and if we can avoid illness, we can hit the gym more regularly, we can hit the gym harder, we can absorb more nutrients, and therefore push even harder to stay ahead of the game. The year before Lee Haney won his last Olympia, I remember watching the press conference that they always used to have, and one of the reporters asked him, what are the goals for the next year, Lee? And I think me, like so many of the other people, were imagining he was going to say something like, oh, I have to put another inch on my biceps, or take another inch off my waist, or sharpen up my abdominals. But he didn't say that. What he said was to stay healthy. And I think probably me, the same as a lot of other people, were a little bit like, what? But Lee was considerably further ahead in the game than what any of us were, and it showed. He knew that if he could stay healthy, he could keep going to the gym and not miss and slip up, because he was already ahead of the competition. If he could stay ahead, it was up to them to catch him. So all he essentially had to do was keep doing what he'd done to win the next Mr. Olympia. Part of that, as many of you will read, Lee Haney believed that a healthy intestinal tract was essential for his success. Glutamine helps you protect the lining of your gut. It's like a shield, like a big protective shield, if you want. You are less likely to have to deal with things like leaky gut syndrome, or getting that horrible sickness feeling when you've had a really hard training session, or a few hard training sessions that have made up a long, hard training block. I don't want you to just take my word for it though. The science shows that glutamine is essential for our immune system as well. It helps your body produce white blood cells, which fights off infections. So while it might not be the king of muscle building or strength gaining supplements, glutamine is kind of like your body's secret weapon in ensuring that the other things that you're doing in the gym and out of the gym are building that muscle and building that strength. Remember, if you can eat and if you can train, you can win. The key to understanding the role of glutamine, for me, and as far as I'm concerned, if you're training hard, what you're putting your body through can be very, very stressful. Don't overlook the simple things, like Arnold says. Don't overlook the simple things that can keep you strong. Not strong with the weights, but strong with the health that you have. L-Glutamine isn't flashy, but it's effective and it works. For me, it's kind of like the unsung hero of the supplement world. I'm going to read this last little bit. I wrote this down. The whole thing with glutamine is kind of do your research. It's up to you. Don't follow these things blindly. Don't even follow the science blindly. There are too many backed by science influencers on YouTube that follow the science blindly. As soon as they read something, they throw it out. You should be doing this. This is the case. Only for a few months down the line, for new science to come out that actually showed that the science that was done previously was flawed in what it did and how it looked at these things. Give it some time to see what works. Glutamine has been around long enough for us to know what it does. And if we start to not expect it to be the sort of thing that's going to throw pounds and pounds on our deadlift and take 5% of our body fat or those sorts of things, we can really start to see just how effective glutamine is. In the sport that we do, we make such massive demands on our body that health has to come first. I don't think there's many people that are going to... Glutamine is one of these things that you can use to help you with that health. My supplementation, glutamine is in there all of the time, along with the other things like fish oil and vitamin D and those sorts of things, and creatine. Glutamine is in there all the time for me because it just keeps things right. And so, to finish off, for me, the point is, if you stay healthy, and glutamine can help you with that, then you can keep training and eating, and that means you can keep winning. Catch you next time.